this game in motion. And the first tackle coming in on the Hunter Mariners. It's important that Castleford get the tackles in and make them stick, but this is a great move out wide. Tremendous run down that touchline. It was John Carlaw, but he lost the ball.
Good defence there by Jason Roach. It looked as though he was being stripped out there by John Carlaw. It was a great run out wide, well fed by the centre Kevin Iro, but Roach was over there. Tremendous stuff, along with the full-back Jason Flowers. He certainly showed his speed on that occasion.
Well, Carlaw just back in the side after 3 matches out. Losing the ball in that run down the wing. Here's the form guide over the past 5 matches. It has improved certainly and significantly for the Tigers. 1 defeat, 2 defeats, 1 victory and a couple of draws. And for the Hunter, well, 3 victories, 2 defeats.
Big game expected there by the prop forward Dean Sampson. He has to lead by example. There's an expression in Super League these days, you must get into their face. And Castleford cannot allow the Hunter Mariners a lot of leeway. They've got to shut them down. Their defence has to be solid, especially in and around the ruck area.
That was a good ball from Mike Ford, and he picked out there Ian Tonks. Tonks, who has played 8 of the last 9 and got a try against Perth last week. Tutor, though, drops the ball under no real pressure. And Tonks, Tutor rather, not really keen on what followed that.
Just a little bit too high. You can see the ball going over the top of the shoulder, but he just had a quick look at the defence coming towards him. Well, nerves playing their part, as we knew it would do.
So the Mariners are back in possession. Good tackling, though. And that's the big figure of Willie Poching. Godden was the dummy half. He found Hill, and Hill then brings big Tim Madison into it. Dropped on the 40-metre line. Here now is Tony Iro. He finds his brother Kevin. Kevin grounded by Mike Ford in very quickly.
Good play also by the big centre Jason Liddon, who's normally a second row. We mentioned before the game that the coach Stuart Rayford had put him out there to keep an eye on Kevin Iro.
They obviously think there's danger out wide, and there might be here. That's Carlaw going for the line. And the big question now, did he get the ball down? And Stuart Cummings will hand this on to tonight's video ref, who is Jerry Kershaw, tucked away here at Weldon Road. Carlaw believes that he scored. Let's see. Flowers with the tackle.
Well, he showed his strength early, and he showed his strength to get over. But did he get the ball down? And I think you'll find that Smith's arm is underneath it. This is going to be a difficult one to see. There's an arm underneath. And will it prevent? It's virtually impossible to see there. You can see the bandage on the right arm. And if the ball has not touched the grass, then it won't be a try.
Well, John Carlaw is waiting for the decision, as we all are. And here it comes. The try's not given. That was tremendous defence then from Jason Flowers. He managed to get the arm underneath it and prevented Carlaw from grounding the ball.
Good stuff from the full back. And for once, a man's wrist, which is bandaged, probably helped the video ref there, because it was very difficult to see.
Well, no try. That's an escape for Castleford, and they will tell you in this part of the world it's about time that something went for them. Dean Sampson now, 30 metres from his own line. Madison in there quickly, so too the big figure of Tony Iro. That's good scampering play, though, from the dummy half, Richard Russell. And it was the standoff Scott Hill who got to him first. Ford with the kick downfield, bounces over the head of Robbie Ross. Ross now will run it out, but that's a good chase. And well tackled there by Mike Ford. That wasn't played properly, but the referee has pinged Mike Ford for holding down as Ross tried to get to his feet.
Well, how many times do we have to see that? Definitely interference there by the kicker Mike Ford, but you can see that the fullback Robbie Ross wanted to get on and play the football. It was a second little pull there by Ford, trying to slow things down.
Stuart Raper, the Castleford coach, watching on from the main stand over on the far side. He's done a fine job, Steve-O, since he's come here.
My word, but it's going to be interesting to see whether referee Stuart Cummings actually does enforce this rule about playing the ball correctly.
Well, it has been threatened that they will. That, meanwhile, is Paul Marquette, and that was it. He did not play the ball correctly, and that's a penalty, and Marquette is now disputing the decision with Stuart Cummings.
Well, no, it's clear that we get out of the mouth, and you see, he's got to stand up first. He can't start playing the football whilst he's in a crouched position.
Steve-O, Greg McCallum has said that he will have his referees in this country tidy up this area during the World Club Championship, and Stuart Cummings has made his intentions plainly known here. Oh, that's an awful kick, though, from Vowles. Shocker.
What a wasted effort there. Still, Vowles has made up for it with a superb tackle, and he's lost it. Well, Robbie Ross made a meal of it, and the big impact tackle by the man who failed to make the touchline kick. Tremendous stuff. Well, the scales of balance have gone towards Castleford again. He lost control, but full credit to that man, Adrian Vowles. Poor kick, great tackle.
It was a shocking kick, but didn't he make up for it? This is Tuta now. He's 20 metres away from the Hunter Mariners line. Ford gets it away to Schick, and Schick with a little half break. Good tackle in the end from Noel Goldthorpe. Russell was the dummy half. Here now is Crooks. And Crooks is grounded 10 metres from the line. 3 tackles gone. Sampson on the charge. Great start. There's Sampson going all the way and just held up. Now, is he short of the line, or is he over the line? He's over the line.
That means head and feed at the scrum. Tremendous running. We mentioned that they needed someone like Dean Sampson to lead the way. He wanted to get there. The second effort got him over. Tremendous drive there. Look at the legs pumping through. Kimorley, the hooker, was in help with Robbie Ross.
Vowles gets the ball away. This is Chapman. Desperate defence now from the Hunter Mariners. And that was Godden who got to him. 3 metres short of the line. Chapman is the dummy half. Ford, and it goes on to Tuta. And Tuta trying to get his way through. Good defence though. Kimorley was there.
Defense. They're coming up in one line.
Ford saw a little gap. It was quickly closed down. There was Tony Iro there and poaching again. Now Vowles. He finds Tuta. Tuta to Schick. Schick can see the line, and Schick gets the first try. What a start for Castleford, and they richly deserve this. Tremendous try from Andrew Schick. Ball fed out wide, and he hit that at pace. Great try.
They anticipated a kick at the Mariners, but they got it out wide. Vowles out to Tuta, and Tuta sucks in the defence. Instead of one line of defence, one went out of that line. I think you'll find it's Godden that moves in. It was Godden that came out of the one line of defence, and Schick in for a magnificent effort. The big second rower, look for Godden. He moves there. It's enough to create the gap. And the big second rower, Andrew Schick, will enjoy this. No end. He has the strength to go over, but you can put that down from the effort from Adrian Vowles with a wonderful tackle on Robbie Ross, the fullback.
So Andrew Schick, the man from Australia, gets the first try, the first points of the evening here at Weldon Road. And Stuart Raper, he is starting to turn this club around. You get the feeling. Came here with the reputation as one of the best young coaches, one of the best football brains in the world. And certainly on the evidence of the opening shots in this World Club Championship match, he's got them back on the right track. Now Lee Crooks, who has kicked goals all his life, but just 13 this season so far. And that's not one of Crooks's best misses, but the Tigers importantly have the lead, 4-0.
You see how Gordon stuck in there. He comes right into Tuta. The gap's open. The big second rower makes no mistake. Well worked try. But as I mentioned, they've got to go back to that wonderful tackle by Adrian Vowles.
And now they've kicked the ball out in the full. Mike Ford, that's a penalty on halfway for the Hunter Mariners.
Well, a bad mistake, really, when all they wanted to do was make sure it was deep into the corner. Bitterly disappointment from the little halfback Mike Ford, who since his return to Castleford has helped bolster the spirits, got them back onto the rails, so to speak.
That try, by the way, for Andrew Schick, his first here at Weldon Road since last July. Madison turns the ball back inside. That was Marquette who felt that challenge. Neat hands. Kim Morley, lovely ball inside to Robbie Ross, and the Castleford defence just stands firm. Kim Morley again, the dummy half, into the arms then of Goldthorpe, and he spreads it wide, and that was a pass from Hill, back on the inside and straight into the arms of one Mike Ford.
Well, did Ford call for that? It was a neat little play. Hill definitely turning in the tackle there. He obviously felt that Noel Goldthorpe was there on the inside, and I think he's lost that.
They have, they've
That'll
lost
be a
it.
Hunter ball.
It is, and it's in a dangerous situation, 10 metres short of the line. They're going out wide again. That's the big figure of Iro, but they've bombed the try. Tremendous defence from Sampson, and again Carlaw just couldn't get over the line, but what a hit here from Dean Sampson. Whoa!
Should have been try time, though. Carlaw juggled with the football. It was a beautiful play there by the centre, Kevin Iro, created the chance, but Sampson, as his name implies, cruncher.
And Jason Flowers as well.
Good combination there, but that was a try bombed, I'm afraid.
Tutor for Castleford. Twice they've gone close over in that far corner. Obviously, that is where Graham Murray thinks the Castleford weakness lies. They've attacked down that left-hand side a couple of times.
Well, that's the second occasion that the big centre, Kevin Iro, has got his winger away. John Carlaw.
That's well played by Tonks. He finds Ford, who in turn finds the try scorer Schick. 40 metres from his own line, he is grounded by Troy Stone, the captain. Here now is Sampson to the halfway line. He turns well, gets the ball back to Richard Russell.
You can see the defence moving out wide on the Hunter Mariners, and that means that it's important that the work from the dummy half position on Castleford has to be good.
That's a good kick from Bowles.
Good thinking by the standoff. They've got to keep turning the Australian side around. Former Queensland star.
Well, a great start for Castleford in this World Club Championship match, but domestically, remember, they are battling to hold on to their place among the game's elite, a place that they have held on to for the past 25 years. They face a big battle when this World Club Championship is over to stay in Super League, but the early signs here are good. Iro with a tremendous run. Good tackling back by Brendan Tutor. Carlaw, the dummy half. He tips it inside to Poaching. Good stern defence again from this Castleford outfit. 3 tackles gone.
Well, you could see the ease that Kevin Iro just went around the second rower, Jason Liddon, that's playing in the centres tonight. I know it was a move by Stuart Raper to try to close the big Kiwi down, but not on that occasion.
Last tackle was on Troy Stone. Kim Morley was the dummy half. This now is Goldthorpe. That's a good kick. Again, they're examining down that side. The ball bounces, and fortunately for Castleford, in comes Jason Flowers again to tidy up.
Tremendous kick, and again the opportunity. John Carlaw, well, within the first 13 minutes, he could have had a hat-trick.
Obviously, they have picked out Jason Roach as the weak link defensively in this Castleford side.
Little doubt about that. And I think he'll have to shore up that defence as well on the left-hand side. Kevin Iro having the time of his life, and they picked Mike Ford up there and bounced him into the turf. Well, that's pretty close to a spear tackle for mine. I know he didn't get the hand inside. Well, that surely was a lift up and down onto the floor.
He certainly had the wind taken out of his sails, didn't he, Mike Ford? And remember, in Australia earlier today, Terry Newton of Leeds was sent off for a spear tackle. Lovely ball back on the inside. That's great play. Goldthorpe will score. Tremendous play. It came out the back door, and Godden then fed Goldthorpe And Noel Goldthorpe shot over next to the posts. Tremendous try that from the Hunter Mariners. And Goldthorpe, he is a real star, isn't he?
Beautiful work by the standoff Scott Hill. We mentioned his skills before the match. Look at this inside pass. Beautiful stuff. Laid it off there. Gotten onto the little halfback, Goldthorpe. But I'm afraid Castleford, they lost their way. They lost the plot completely. When Ford was injured, it was on the last tackle, and instead of kicking, they were caught in possession. They were forced to do a power play within their own quarter. It was not the right tactic. This is the incident. Now that is a spear tackle for mine, a dangerous tackle indeed. And from this, they just run it out. They lost the plot completely. It was a handover. Great skills though from Hill onto Godden. And Goldthorpe, the man who made history with the first ever golden point in the game of rugby league. Fine try.
And now he's about to add the extras from bang in front. Goldthorpe doesn't miss those. The New South Wales man in the Tri-Series gives Hunter a lead of 6 points to 4 here at Weldon Road. Well, they came of age, did Hunter Mariners, with their 24 points to 6 win over the Brisbane Broncos a couple of weeks ago. They beat Paris 28-12 last weekend, and they have still not given up hopes of getting into the semi-final stages in Australia at the end of the domestic season over there.
Well, it was so important really that someone took on the skipper's role. It was Mike Ford, remember, who got crash tackled with a very dangerous tackle for mine. And as I say, they just lost their way, did Castleford, and there was no one there to kick the ball downfield. That's what was needed from within your own quarter. They failed to do it, and they paid the price. It was a fine try by the Hunter Mariners.
Crooks taking the ball up for Castleford. This is Tutor. He just manages to hang on, but then he loses it. And that ball is bouncing around all over the place. The referee will take the first knock on, which is against Tutor.
Big hit by Tony Iro, the second rower. Well, Tutor not having the best of starts to this match. Knocked on a few moments earlier. And now the ball squeezed out with the impact from Tony Iro.
Goldthorpe feeds the scrum. This is poaching. He gets the pass away to Thompson, and Graham Murray, the coach of Hunter Mariners, he knows this part of the world well. He was based around here with Fiji in the 1995 World Cup, and he is certainly getting together a very useful looking side here in the Hunter Mariners. That's Goldthorpe and Hill, and out it comes to poaching. He drives it into within 10 metres of the line, attracting 3 Castleford defenders to him. 4 tackles gone, and here now is the big figure of Iro heading for the line himself, but held up once more. Sampson using all his strength again. Goldthorpe once more. Grubber kicks it through, and Roach came across and hacked the ball out of Weldon Road altogether.
Well, that surprised me that Goldthorpe elected to take the kick underneath the post. They've been attacking the wing there, the right wing of Roach, and it was Jason Roach that came to the rescue on that occasion. They put him under a lot of pressure. The talent is the little halfback, Noel Goldthorpe.
Referees just called time off because Jason Roach did hack the ball right over the back of the terracing there behind the posts. So we're just getting another ball fed into the area by the powers that be at Weldon Road. Now we've got 2. It's always the way, isn't it? You wait for a bus and 2 come along together. Not the best dropout. Here now is Madison. Good driving run from Tim Madison.
When have you ever waited for a bus?
Many times in my formative years.
You really do have a great memory. Good chance here. You see Poachin taking his eyes off the football. Just pops up.
And Tonks was the man who grasped the ball back. So here come Castleford Tigers in the shape of Dean Sampson again.
Well, that's the type of running that they need. It lifts the spirits. It also makes the defence go on the back foot. Quick play of the ball, that's what's needed.
3 tackles gone, and they are just 10 metres inside the Hunter half of the field. Tonks trying to be a bit fancy, lost the ball, came out round the back door, and I think the referee will play the first knock on.
Well, he squeezed it out in an impossible situation. I don't know why he tried to do that. Kimorley and Madison all around him. Good work, though, by the prop forward and the hooker, Brett Camorley, formerly a half-back.
Stuart Raper will be anxious, I think, to get the message out, not to force the pace too much. And that ball was fortunately kept in the field of play by the bouncers. Iro popped it over the top, looking for Carlaw. He missed it. It bounced and bounced back into the field of play. Poaching then takes the tackle from Crooks and Sampson. That's Kimorley, and here now is the captain, Stone.
They really have to shore up that right side. Becoming a problem. That'll be play on. Well, a bit messy at the moment, but it was touched by a Castleford player. See the big prop forward get the ball away.
And it's Hunter Mariners who do get the head and feet of the scrum.
Well, it's claimed that the Castleford first hand went forward. Crowd not happy.
I think he was right, though. I think the picture told the correct story. That's Hill, and out it goes to Robbie Ross. Robbie Ross is a dangerous customer. The form full-back in Super League, represented New South Wales in that tri-series, did Robbie Ross.
Castleford's defence has to come up a bit quicker, though. You can see that on the backward foot.
Madison.
Hunter getting over the advantage line quite easy.
And that's how close they are with Goldthorpe again. He finds Tony Iro, who drifts through the tackle and scores a fine try. Tony Iro, the tackling and the defence just melted. But Goldthorpe has scored one, and he's created another here. And Tony Iro comes up with the 4 points. The New Zealand international.
Quick play of the ball. Castleford still on the backward foot. Goldthorpe, long ball out wide. Tony Iro, not the best defence by Adrian Voles. He missed his man badly, but you can see there's no one getting into their face. They're hanging back. It's always a bad display. You must move forward. You can see on the backward step there, once this ball gets out wide, they hung back for him. And when you hang back, you're loose in defence, as was Adrian Voles. And the second rower, Tony Iro, quite simple try. Once they burst the first line of defence, it was always going to be 4 points.
Well, a man who began at Wigan, a 1988 try scorer against Halifax at Wembley. Also had a spell at Leeds at Tony Iro. This, meanwhile, is Goldthorpe with the conversion attempt. And he finds the mark. That's a fine kick from Noel Goldthorpe. And Hunter Mariners, after being 4-0 down, have shot into a 12-4 lead.
The circle man's moving up, and you see the defence is back. The dotted line is where they should have been. And when you hang back like this, the big second rower, Iro, brushes past Adrian Voles. That was quite simple. Aided and abetted by poor defence, though.
So, Castleford now trailing by 8 points as Roach plays the ball. Lee Crooks has gone off to be replaced by Nathan Sykes.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Eddie, that Stuart Raper doing the changes. I think he knows, and so does Lee Crooks, realised that he wasn't going to be out there for the full 80 minutes. So important, the when and how you do the interchange.
Good play this. It's now his Tonks. He takes the tackle from Kevin Iro, and then Tony Iro comes in to finish him off. Mike Ford, dummy half to Tutor. That's Chapman. I beg his pardon, it's Liddon. And the grubber kick from Ford finds touch.
Good run from the open side to the blind, gave himself space. Tries to get them on the back foot. Quite happy, Castleford, to ensure that the kicking game, make sure it gets over the whitewash. They want to slow things down.
Well, Mike Ford, Steve-O, is a man who knows what Australian competition is all about. He spent a season with the South Queensland Crushers, but he's played over 400 matches now in the British game. And he's back here at Castleford in his second spell with this club, and hoping to return to the good times with them. This is Goldthorpe, though. Good play, out wide it goes. Carlaw again.
Oh, that was silly from Sampson then. Well, he's certainly been in the wars as the winger, hasn't he? John Carlaw had the chance to score 3 tries. And a swinging arm from Dean Sampson, not spotted by the officials.
Now we have Iro again. Kevin Iro picks himself up. Godden to Kimorley and to Goldthorpe. Kick downfield is well watched by Jason Flowers. Driving it in, good defence though, but the referee saw something and he wants a word with Carlaw. Well, that's what he saw, the swinging arm from Hill.
Pretty high as well over the top. But he went for the ball first, but then followed through and ripped at the head. But the first impact was definitely on the football, but either way it finished in the fullback's face, and he didn't half crunch him into the ground either. Not a lot about him, this standoff, Scott Hill, but in stature that is. He's a fine footballer. Let's hope that the fullback's okay.
Yeah, Jason Flowers looks in a bad way, breathing deeply, and they've sent for the stretcher.
Well, he certainly had the arm across the windpipe.
So Jason Flowers will be helped onto the stretcher gingerly and taken off to make sure there's no problems. Now don't forget there's another great night of boxing coming up on June the 28th. It's Holyfield versus Tyson, the return, and it's a special pay-per-view event on Sky Box Office. For more information, call 0990 800 888. That's 0990 800 888. And the referee now is calling out Scott Hill. He has seen the seriousness of the injury and he's calling out the captain Stone, and the incident involving Scott Hill is going to go on report, and the disciplinary committee will take a look at that over the coming weeks. Jason Flowers does not look terribly well at the moment, and the referee has seen the problems that Flowers obviously has, and that's why the incident now is on report.
Well, the first impact was certainly on the football, but he followed through and grabbed at the head as he hit the ground, and therefore his whole body would have shaken. There's the impact first, and then of course see how he drags down. Now this is a point where it's pretty crucial. When the body hits like that, you follow through with the weight of the arm across the neck. That is painful and can be quite dangerous. Well, let's hope it's just for precautionary measures, but you can see that the weight was definitely piling the head into the ground.
And I think as he's hit the ground, Steve-O, which isn't exactly brick hard, but I tell you what, if your head hits the surface like that, you may be suffering a touch of whiplash. Let's hope it's no more than that.
Yeah, he was spinning round in the tackle.
So quite rightly, the referee has allowed the medical staff to take all the time that they require to take Jason Flowers from the field, and that's a blow for Castleford because they had started really well. Jason Flowers, Academy International on the 1994 tour of Australia. He's replaced now by Richard Gay. And a sympathetic round of applause from the crowd here at Weldon Road as Flowers goes off, and let's hope that it is just a question of a touch of concussion and maybe just a bit of whiplash and nothing more. But the incident's on report and it will be viewed by the disciplinary committee. Now we're back to the match itself, and this is Sampson. That was a big hit on Sampson too.
Well, the advantage for Castleford is that off the bench comes Richard Gay, a regular fullback, an experienced player, signed from Hull.
Nathan Sykes to the halfway line for the Tigers. Stuart Raper now has come down to ground level in view of the seriousness of the injury to Jason Flowers, and is now directing operations from touchline and watching as Tutor goes on the run. Big hit by Madison on Tutor, perfectly legal though. The midfield bomb from Mike Ford, a tester for Robbie Ross. Robbie Ross claims it.
Took it well. Caught some knees, I feel, from Brendan Tutor. The fullback Robbie Ross didn't like that one bit. It was a shade late there by the Kiwi Brendan Tutor, but it was well taken though by Ross. Good position. Well, things livening up out there, and they needed to be.
Well, it was a great start, though, from the Tigers, wasn't it?
It was, but they were a little bit lax in defence, and they've got to lift themselves.
Poaching was dumped to the ground then by Sampson, the referee.
Well, has he got him for obstruction?
He has. Penalty to Castleford.
You can see that Poaching had gone in front, all spotted, and Schick had no chance to get through to the ball carrier, all spotted by Stuart Cummings. Well, this is exactly what they needed. Obviously, they'll take the 2 points on offer.
They will, even though Lee Crooks is now off the field. It's going to be Ian Tonks, who has played 8 of the last 9, and a try against Perth last week and a goal against Perth too. A useful man to have around with the boot, Academy International. So Tonks with this important kick, which will bring Castleford back to within 6 points, bang in front of the posts. 31 metres out? Big kick this for Tonks. Gives it a good thump, and straight through from Ian Tonks. Castleford 6, Hunter Mariners 12.
That'll lift the spirits. There's a fine connection there on the second row, Ian Tonks, and they needed that. There was just a point in those last 10 minutes where I'm afraid the Castleford defence was a little bit slow to get themselves sorted out. I think that's mainly the reason why Stuart Raper, obviously for the injury, to see that the fullback Jason Flowers was okay, but I think he wants to get a bit more urgency into his side, and he's certainly done it.
Troy Stone just tumbled before he was tackled by Tonks. Only made 10 metres, and Castleford now really getting stuck in. Tonks there, and Sykes also. That was Kim Orley, the dummy half, and Madison will drive the ball out.
Bit of a squaring up there by Brendan Tutor on Madison. Madison took Tutor out with a fair tackle, but I'm afraid the Kiwi was far too high then.
The referee actually just before that kick-off had just had a little word in the ear of Brendan Tutor. He's told him to keep the tackling low. And obviously he hasn't heard and heeded referee Stuart Cummings' warning.
Well, it was a swinging arm and also a little bit of a chop. And rightly so, Stuart Cummings just saying to Tim Madison, okay, we know it's getting a little bit rough and tough out there, and there's been a few words said and a few punches thrown, swinging arms. Let's get on with the game of rugby league.
Penalty then to Hunter Mariners. Goldthorpe finds touch, right on halfway. Here's Madison, again running straight at Tutor. Penalties, 4-3. Scoreboard where it counts, 12-6 to Hunter Mariners. Stone. Well, but at least, Steve, we ought to credit Castleford for having a go here at the Hunter Mariners, and they really are.
Tremendous effort. They've lifted themselves.
Kim Orley now.
I'm just saying the battle between Madison and Brendan Tutor is wonderful, and it'll get better, I can assure you.
Hill brushing tackler after tackler off until Mike Ford came in. That ball wasn't played properly. Play on though, Kim Orley doing well. It's the last tackle, they're bang in front of the post, 10 metres out. And Iro drops the ball, picked up quickly by Schick.
Good play by the referee, allowed the play on. Too many cooks spoiling the broth, Goldthorpe and Iro. Schick picked the ball up quickly.
This is Richard Russell. He almost gets to the 40-metre mark. Castleford then on the attack. How they would love to have Jason Critchley out there, their new signing from Keighley, but he's not, he's injured. He's on the sideline with Alistair Mann.
Jason, clearly last week you showed signs that you could perhaps knock one of the Aussie sides. Again tonight you've shown plenty of signs. What's the feeling in the camp?
The feeling's been good all week. To be quite honest, the lads have been pretty confident. I mean, so if you're watching the game today, it's pretty apparent that the Hunter Mariners haven't come to Brest for holiday. Playing a very expansive game plan, not what you call a typical Australian game plan. And at times, it's only our scrambling defence which has been very enthusiastic, which has pulled us out the way. But I mean, if we can complete our sets of 6, get to a kick, play the game down in their own half, then I'm sure we'll grind them down and come away with the victory that we deserve.
Has Stuart Raper been an influence? Clearly he'll know exactly how to play them.
Yes, I mean, obviously he's got an insight from coaching at Cronulla in Australia. But the simple fact is, like I've said before, he's very enthusiastic, and the enthusiasm has rubbed off on the rest of the boys. If we can maintain our enthusiasm in attack as we are in defence, then I'm sure, like I said before, we can come away with a victory.
Well, let's hope so.
Optimism from Jason Critchley. Penalty, meanwhile, for Hunter Mariners. The ball stripped in the tackle, a two-man tackle at that.
It was Ford's arm that ripped it away. Sykes coming in to help, but it was the left arm of Mike Ford, the skipper. Little doubt about it. He thought it was one-on-one. One was released, but Sykes just came into the battle at the wrong moment. So indecision.
And it means that Castleford now are defending their line again, because 20 metres away, it's the Hunter Mariners who are in possession. And that was Marquette driving it in. This now is Iro once more. 2 tackles gone. Can the Tigers' defence hold back? And Stuart Cummings telling the Mariners to play the ball properly as Robbie Ross goes for the line. Put your foot on the ball, says Stuart Cummings. Robbie Ross did. Goldthorpe then finds Marquette again. Back to Goldthorpe. This is poaching. 10 metres short of the line. Good defence again from Castleford. 4 tackles gone. Kimorley, the dummy half. Goldthorpe again. Out it wide it goes. That's a try. Great try from Hill. And silence from the Castleford public as Hill hit the pass at pace and would not be stopped. Good try, and on the 4th tackle in that set of 6, after all that pressure, it tells.
Quick play of the ball, keeping it alive, and you could see that the Castleford defence again were just rolling forward. You've got to put the pressure on. You could see Iro coming up as a dummy runner, but I'm afraid Roach went far too high. Someone was going low, but a little bit too late. You see how the defence is slow to move forward. See how they hesitate. You've got to get into their face. You've got to put the pressure on them. It's no good doing little jinks. They take 2 steps forward, and really they should be going forward, full out. The sliding defence should get any pass on the inside. Hanging back will result in just that, the try.
Scott Hill then with the try. 20-year-old standoff, ever present this year. Try against Paris Saint-Germain last week as well. And Goldthorpe misses with the conversion attempt. Castleford 6, Hunter Mariners 16.
They've taken 1 step, the 2 defenders in the circle. You've got to move forward. See how they're going backwards now. Once the pass is gone, there's no chance you're going to stop the man of this quality, Scott Hill. Fine try.
Hunter Mariners then restart, ahead by 10 points. Just 6 minutes left for play now in this first half. Stone in there quickly. And Iro was there. Roach bounces off 1 tackle, keeps on going. Troy Stone, the man tackling him round the ankles. Here's Andrew Schick. Gave the Castleford Tigers such a great start. And that was not played properly, and Schick looked at the referee. I thought he was going to get a penalty then.
Well, I think Schick just lost it, trying to get up and play the football. May have been a finger involved.
Here's Tutor.
Great tackle there. Super stuff by the hooker, Brett Kimorley.
And a stupid bit of play there from Tutor as he just threw the ball as he went down. He should really have held on.
Well, it's just panic football. You can't afford to do that. They have respected possession of the Hunter Mariners, and the mistake rate is climbing for the Castleford side, I'm afraid.
Goldthorpe switches the direction of the attack, finds Hill, and he in turn finds Kimorley. Kimorley was looking for Goldthorpe on his inside. Robbie Ross was the dummy half. Goldthorpe dabs the ball forward. There's another try, and it's Hill again. The referee wants to check, though, whether Scott Hill was onside when that little kick came through.
Well, it was neat work, though, by Goldthorpe. Kicked it from the outside of the boot, and you see Hill is just in front. The high shot will show it. As soon as it leaves the foot, That is the important point, and I put him about 3.5 inches in front. On the second showing, I'll go to 3 inches. But he's just in front. Good positioning by the referee, but there you see, and I think you'll find that he was just maybe only inches. But watch the left foot, and I think that's, yeah, I'll settle for 3.5 inches, Eddie.
Well, your eyesight's improved, I'll tell you that. But Goldthorpe with a lovely kick, and Hill believes that he has scored the try. Now what's the verdict of the video ref? That's important, not what Steve-O thinks. Try disallowed for offside.
Obviously he's got good eyesight too, Eddie. But let's not take anything away from the constructive play there by the little halfback Noel Goldthorpe. It really was a classical piece of rugby league football. A desperate attempt there by a Castleford player to retrieve the football, which made it a bit of a gift in effect to Hill. So that's the second no try for the Hunter Mariners this half.
So Castleford escape 16 points to 6. Russell over the halfway line, poaching with the tackle. Well, wouldn't it add insult to injury now for Hunter if Castleford can conjure up a try just before half-time? This is Adrian Vowles.
They've got to become a little bit more adventurous, though. I know they've been forced into a one-out situation, but they've got to try to be a little bit more constructive.
That time, the flick out from Tutor came off.
We see Noel Goldthorpe running on the angles and putting pressure on the defence. Mike Ford got to do the same.
And he just has with a high kick. Tremendous take, though, from number 22, Thompson.
Great take by the winger. He had his eyes on the ball. That would have pleased the coach, Graham Murray. He must be happy with a 16-6 lead just before the half-time break.
Well, earlier in this first half, we saw the Castleford fullback Jason Flowers going off the field injured. Let's catch up with news on him. Alistair has all to report.
Well, it would appear that it's all very good news. Jason Flowers appears to be in good spirits. He's not exactly up and about, but he's sitting upright, he's smiling, he's laughing. I believe he's even had, I think his girlfriend's phoned his mother to say everything's okay. So he does appear to be fine, and he just had a concussion.
Good, well, that's good news. Meanwhile, there's a Hunter Mariners player injured, and the referee wants the play the ball to be taken just away from where Kim Morley is receiving treatment now.
Well, they got a real good hit there by Dean Sampson, the Castleford prop. Wasn't seen by the official again. Well, there's been a couple of cheap shots that have been missed by the officials. Been pretty tough out there.
Meanwhile, Iro has flicked the ball into touch, looking for his winger, Carlo.
Just overrun it, didn't he? John Carlo has had plenty to do in this first half.
Tutor picks up from the back of the scrum. Stern defence again. Godden is in there quickly. Vowles to Ford, and there's Schick. Good defence though from Goldthorpe. Here's Sampson. Sampson breaks one. Sampson nearly breaks two. Good run.
A lot better. More enthusiasm.
Vowles again. This now is Lytton. Good tackle on Lytton though by Godden. Ford into the arms of Tutor. Gay went without the ball.
He delayed the pass when really he should have used Gay as the dummy runner. He just released it. He was in two minds there, Brendan Tutor. There you see it. You can
It was
see
forward
Gay,
anyway. It was a mile forward.
Gay had just taken a step forward, and really you could see how it sucked in the centre. Iro would have been an ideal opportunity to get the ball out wide. Easy for me to say. But another chance gone begging, and that really would have lifted their spirits just before the break. They need it.
And that was the fifth handling error that Brendan Tutor made. And there's another handling error this time. Oh, the referee's got them for offside. Goldthorpe fumbled the ball, but the referee said that Castleford were all offside.
To be fair to the referee Cummings, he'd already had the whistle to his hand. You can see there he's waving and saying, come on. See the left arm just going into the mouth with a whistle. Not happy, the crowd.
More whistle from the referee, and he's going to pick out Jason Liddon this time.
Well, he's got to do something about this. It is getting very, very tough out there. There's a few cheap shots, and that can only mean problems later on in the game, because there'll be a bit of squared up time. And Jason Liddon, the man who Stuart Raper has put up from the second row into the centre to try to close down the two centres, Godden and Iro. It hasn't been easy for them.
Madison hauled back midway inside the Castleford half of the field. Kimorley now.
Well, there again we saw that Madison failed to play the ball with his foot.
Iro, Hill, and then Goldthorpe trying to drill the ball through. Referee will play
the knock on.
First knock on. That's the half-time siren. And Hunter Mariners have a 16-6 lead. A great start for Castleford. They were given the try by Andrew Schick, but then Noel Goldthorpe really got going his try, and he then presented one on a plate for Tony Iro. Scott Hill came in with another try to make it 16-6 after we had the Tonks penalty goal, and the video ref has been called on as well to deny Hunter further scores. But the Hunter Mariners lead the Castleford Tigers 16-6. We look back at the best moments when we return.
Couldn't happen.
Iron Mike Tyson!
It shocked the world.
He's out and it's over!
Holyfield took Tyson's throne.
The biggest upset in the fight game, bar none.
Now he wants his title back.
Don't write Tyson up.
Be prepared.
Showtime!
For the ultimate rematch.
Crowd are on their feet.
Two undisputed legends fighting for one coveted crown. Holyfield, Tyson.
Greatest rematch in boxing history.
Judgment Night 2. Coming soon to Sky Box Office.
Sky subscribers can see Judgment Night 2 exclusively live and a selection of repeat screenings by calling the automated ordering number on 0990 800 800. Book early to receive a discount. Cable viewers, contact your local operator.
Ah, my fashion cafe.
Oh, you look gorgeous in pink.
You too. Even the salad was overdressed. Life's for the taking.
You said left.
Well, I meant right.
Well, why didn't you say right then?
Just take the right.
So where's the restaurant?
I'm trying to get us there.
Have you got that thing the right way up?
Yes, I have. There's a shortcut.
Shortcut. Brilliant.
Really, I'm sorry about this.
This is the last time I'm ever booking anywhere.
Why don't we eat round here somewhere?
Here.
How about over there? Rutherford, 9:30, table for two. Spirito di punto.
I hate it when things close. So watch this.
We'll be shutting in about 2 minutes. Do you think you could hurry up? We ordered some asparagus and it turned out to be triffids. Excuse me, how long do you think you're going to be with your meal? As long as it takes.
Come on, get it down your neck. 2 minutes.
The bar is closing. All drinks not consumed within the next minute will be contaminated with cod roe.
I'm afraid we're going to have to close the restaurant in about 2 minutes. I'm afraid we'll run off our feet here this evening.
First Direct, 24-hour telephone banking.
The 10 people on BT Friends and Family are Lena, our mother-in-law, Pauline's sister Christine, her brother Brian, this is my eldest one that left home, my sisters, Richard and Wendy,
Can't wait.
Tina and Trevor, good old Auntie Doreen, there's Linda, and this is Paul, my brother-in-law. He's coming to South Africa with us, he's one of my friends and family.
And this is Jock. He's not.
This is the second BT reunion, and you could be the winner of the next one. Phone 0800 05 55 55 and find out how.
Slip this up your nose and you'll be surprised how quickly your hay fever symptoms can disappear.
Rhino last hay fever. Ready to control symptoms in 15 minutes. Lasts for hours.
I remember the first time I used my Olympus Mu. It was at the so-called Fashion for Peace show. Peace. More like World War III.
Football is back on Sky Sports next month. PSV against Newcastle is one of 2 live games from a special pre-season tournament in Dublin. It's part of a great lineup of sport coming in July. Right now we have got Castleford against Hunter Mariners in the World Club Championship in the Super League, and Hunter Mariners are ahead at half-time. 16 points to 6. The Tigers given a tremendous start with a try from Andrew Schick, but Goldthorpe then got going, scored a try and produced one for Tony Iro, and Scott Hill with the 3rd try for the Hunter Mariners, and Goldthorpe kicked 2 goals. But Castleford, who are now listening to their coach Stuart Raper, will, I'm sure, be encouraged by the fact that in their match last week against the Perth Reds, they were trailing at half-time by 18 points to 0, and we all know that they fought back in the second half and eventually ran out losers by 24 points to 16. But the Hunter Mariners dressing room, and in the centre of the screen there is the coach Graham Murray, and he is issuing his words of wisdom to his charges now. And I think Jason Critchley made the observation during the course of that first half that the Mariners really looked as though they were on a bit of a holiday. They were playing with an expansive game, but Andrew Ettinghausen from the Cronulla Sharks is our guest here in the studio. E.T., it has not really been a typical Australian performance, has it? They have been giving the ball plenty of air, but there have been plenty of high shots as well from both sides.
Yeah, it's actually been a pretty hard old match out there tonight. But I think, like you said, they have been giving the ball too much air, I think, at times, and really putting themselves under pressure. They could have mounted so much more pressure on the Castleford boys, and I'm sure they would have come up with some more points, but they keep spilling the ball down the other end of the field and just trying too hard, I think.
And 2 sides, as we said at the start of the show, who are real battlers here. I mean, Castleford obviously fighting for their lives domestically, and Hunter Mariners trying to forge a reputation in Australia, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
Australian teams in the past and sprung noticeable surprises, particularly consecutive wins against the Kangaroos in 1963 and 1967, and Stuart Raper's father Johnny Raper was on both tours and played in the 1963 match that Castleford won. So can a little bit of history repeat itself here at Weldon Road this evening? The Tigers and Stuart Raper certainly hope so, and this now is Nathan Sykes driving the ball up, and that's much better at the start of this second half from Nathan Sykes. Change for Hunter Mariners. Madison has gone off, and Anthony Brand, number 31, has come on. This, meanwhile, is Robbie Ross. What a good run this is down the touchline. Oh, and he skinned Dean Sampson to the base. Goldthorpe is there. They're screaming for forward on the terraces. It never was. It looped into the arms of Goldthorpe. And a quick play of the ball, and the Tigers' defence could be stretched here. This is Hill. Now first touch for Brown. Out wide it goes to Kevin Iro. And the big figure of Iro is brought to ground by Tutor and by Jason Liddon. Tremendous run, though, from Robbie Ross that launched this attack. Terrific stuff right at the start of this second half, when Castleford looked like they might be getting up the other end of the field. Here they are now defending. Ball comes out. There's a try. Number 14, Troy Stone, the captain, gets over for the 4-pointer. What a start for Hunter Mariners. What a run from Robbie Ross that in the end has produced that try for the Mariners.
Put this down to a wonderful break by the fullback, Robbie Ross. Skinned on the outside, back on the inside to Goldthorpe. And the quick play of the ball, they got it out wide. And the skills of the standoff, Scott Hill once again. Here's the step, the handoff, the fend, and the good support by the prop forward, Troy Stone. Well, the skipper would have enjoyed that. Watch for the standoff, does the step, goes through. Russell went far too high. Unable to get the ball away to the prop forward. That's a fine try, but you have to put it down to that beautiful break by the fullback, Robbie Ross.
Well, Troy Stone ever present so far this season. 3 seasons with St George. He played in the 1996 Grand Final. He adds the extras, Goldthorpe, and what a start to the second half for the Hunter Mariners.
Beautiful run. See how it just rolled away past there. Chapman couldn't get to him, neither could Sampson. He was caught in the cover situation. The crowd thought this was backward, forward should I say, but it was backward. Great support play by Goldthorpe. Was having a fine game as a little halfback. And the skills of the standoff, Scott Hill coming to the fore.
Jason Roach, brought to the Castleford Tigers from the Swinton club. Plays the ball to Russell, he finds Ford, then on it goes to Voles, and Voles then out wide to Andrew Schick. Goldthorpe in there quickly, and Godden doing the tackling also. This now is Dean Sampson.
Well, what a great start for the Hunter Mariners. Just what they needed.
Just what Castleford needed, really. A try right at the start, wasn't it?
But it wasn't to be. And with defence like that, Castleford are going to find it very difficult indeed. But tremendous work, though, by the fullback, Robbie Ross.
And the kick from Ford hasn't found touch. It's found Robbie Ross instead, and we know what this fella can do. That's a much better chase from Andrew Schick. And missed tackles Castleford with their 11 and Hunter with 2. And Hunter with the 8 clean breaks to 3. That's the difference between the two sides. This is Willie Poaching. Poaching is Western Samoan from the World Cup in 1995. Penalty, he gets hands in on the ball by Nathan Sykes and Dean Sampson as Poaching tried to get to his feet. I think it was Sykes actually.
Well, they're messing around with it. You can see Sampson there and Sykes just playing with the leg, just pulling it back. A bit of indiscipline coming into the Castleford side. That was never played. The referee says play on. I don't know why he was there.
Troy Stone picked up and pushed back. That's better defence from Castleford.
Well, you can see he never played well. Touched his foot, but not correctly. Touched his foot in passing.
Tony Iro, Goldthorpe, Poaching. Good run from Poaching. Willie Poaching slips the pass. Great try, Robbie Ross. But Poaching created it with a barnstorming run up the middle. And Robbie Ross was there in support, and he gets his second try in this tournament. Hunter with a breathtaking start, second half.
Good play by the loose forward. They failed to put him down. See how Hill brought him back on the inside. Just brushes away from Sampson, and then Goldthorpe again. Look at the space there. I'm afraid they should have filled in. They failed to do that. Andrew Schick was slow to go forward on to Poaching. Iro kept the ball alive, and you'll see the amount of space that they allow him. Schick should have gone in earlier than that. Ford was nowhere near. And a beautiful little offload there to the fullback, Robbie Ross, who's having a fine game too.
Yes, Robbie Ross. He is the form fullback in the competition. Joint leading scorer as well for the Mariners. Goldthorpe adds the extras, as you would expect from bang in front. 28 points to 6. 12 quick points in 5 minutes, start of this second half.
There you see a man all out on his own. You've got to fill in the gap. They failed to. He beat 4 defenders, sucks in the 2. Little offload. That was superb play. Fine try by the fullback Robbie Ross. Creates the first in the second half and scores the second himself.
Goldthorpe restarts. Ford's underneath it. This is Richard Gay. Nowhere for Richard Gay to go. Tremendous defence. It was number 12 Marquette and also the captain Stone who was in there.
Well, we spoke at half-time, Eddie, about getting into their face, and you can see the defence there from the Hunter side. They're moving forward. finding it very difficult. Sampson was one of the very few in the first half to broach this strong defence, but they're finding it difficult now.
A couple of quick changes by the Castleford coach, Stuart Raper. Young Danny Orr is on.
And he's obviously done that to try to get a little bit more. That came off a Hunter hand, so that's back to 6. Good refereeing by Cummings.
Danny Orr is the man who retained possession for his side.
Well, he's probably brought on Danny Orr to try to inject a little bit more enthusiasm and a little bit more idea.
Richard Goddard plays the ball to Vowles, and Vowles then finds Ford. Ford then to Ian Tonks. Tonks keeping going well, having a real struggle bringing him down. Eventually he goes to the ground. Gay to Ford, and Vowles again. The runner is Andrew Schick once more. That's 3 tackles gone. 77 metres they've made. Ford will try and make a few more here. Short pass then to Nathan Sykes. Good tackling by Brad Godden. This is Sampson, bounces off one. Stands, gets it away to Ford. He's quickly closed down, but he manages to keep the movement going. Young Danny Orr again. Flicks it out the back door. It comes off that time. This is Sykes. Sykes to within 10 metres. He's held standing up. Kimorley in there, and so too Poaching. Here's Ford. Little side kick through.
Didn't make contact. Sweeper was quite happy to get to that, and I think there's a high shot as well on Goldthorpe. Swinging arm.
And the use of the elbow by Chris Smith.
Wasn't the best kick from Ford, and you can see it's well spotted, but Smith hit the shoulder. But I think you just give him a little bit of a facial after this. Certainly the first impact was okay. It was on the shoulder. It was when he was getting up that a little bit of a facial with his elbow on the little halfback Noel Goldthorpe. Well, lack of indiscipline there. I'm afraid that that's allowed the pressure to go off. They haven't applied much throughout this game.
9 minutes, second half gone. What a 9 minutes it's been for Hunter Mariners. It's been a nightmare for Castleford, and it's Hunter who are back in possession again here with Neil Pincinelli. Top tackler this year, Pincinelli. Went without the ball though. Castleford have got it back courtesy of David Chapman.
This is where they need to quick play the ball while the Mariners defence, oh, that's interference. He hasn't seen it.
He had a look at the touch judge, and it's a knock-on is the rule. The referee will put the scrum down. Castleford think they've got a penalty.
Well, I thought Goldthorpe probably got involved there. Oh, no, he just didn't play it right. He lost it. He said that Goldthorpe was involved. And I've seen the replay. I think that Noel Goldthorpe was nowhere near it. Well, another mistake. Doesn't help the cause. At 28-6.
Poaching picks up from the back of the scrum. Goldthorpe had wheeled away. He finds Hill. Floated pass out wide here to Carl. All wrapped up this time by Jason Roach. In the dummy half goes Robbie Ross, who's really getting himself involved, as is the substitute Bran. Prop or second row forward, number 31, Bran. Here's Ross again. Out wide it goes to Carlo. Carlo gets away from Jason Roach. It was an awful tackle, and Carlo will score. No problem for Hunter Mariners in the shape of Carlo. And he just brushed away the tackle of Jason Roach to score that try.
Good thinking. The run from dummy half from Goldthorpe. Carlo gets out of the way of Roach, just through the dummy. This is a simple try, but see how it shifts the ball away so he could fend with the right. That's a fine try. He made sure to commit it, but it was a beautiful break on the blind side from dummy half. I'm afraid Roach made a meal of this. There's just no one there. See how he switches the ball, fends off Gay. That's a fine individual effort there by Carlo, who really could have scored. It was the fullback Robbie Ross that came in the dummy half. Tremendous work by him. But a fine effort also by the winger Carlo, but not the best of defence, I must say.
Well, John Color, he was disallowed one in the first half on the nod of the video ref. Goldthorpe with the conversion attempt, and it's not too far away. 32 points to 6, though Hunter Mariners in total command.
Look at that. 3 defenders running with their backs to the opposition. Soon as the fullback goes into the dummy half, look at that. They should have squeezed him out. They failed to do it. There was no cover. Only the fullback got anywhere near, and it was insufficient.
Well, he might have had 2 tries this evening only for the intervention of the video referee, and he might yet, because we've only had 52 minutes of this match. Plenty of time. 32 points to 6. The Mariners ahead.
Well, he bombed the try as well, so he could easily have had the hat-trick within the first 13 minutes of this game. Wasn't to be. That's got to be a penalty.
And it is.
Well, a real mess there.
Darian Doherty on in this second half and penalised by referee Stuart Cummings. Well, it's amazing, isn't it, Steve-O, that Hunter Mariners battle their way through the Aussie Super League and can't win away from home, but they come 12,000 miles. They beat Paris, and they're in total command against the Castleford Tigers.
Well, they're up for this game, and full credit to them. They've shown a lot of effort. They look more eager. They want to be involved, and they've worked hard. They really have had a great leader by Noel Goldthorpe. And of course, the skills of the standoff Scott Hill. They've come to the fore. Good hard-working pack.
Danny Orr in at dummy half. Little step, but he didn't deceive Doherty.
Swinging arm there as well.
Danny Orr had a little look at Hill. High kick from Vowell, straight up in the air. Lost it. Play on. This is Chapman. Just ankle tap. Got the ball away. Try in the corner for Smith, and he didn't like the tackle from Godden as he went down. But Chris Smith, Chapman managed to slip the ball away just as he was tackled, and the referee wants a word with Chris Smith before he awards this try. He's called time off, and he wants Chris Smith to come to him for a ticking off for the reaction after the tackle by Brad Godden.
Well, foolish play there by the winger, Chris Smith. Hasn't had many opportunities. They certainly took that.
He's not awarded the try yet, Stuart Cummings.
I think you'll find he will now.
There it is. 4 points given.
Bit of frustration just creeping into the play of the winger, but good play by Chapman. It looked as though he'd bombed it. You could see that Gavin Thompson made a real meal of it. He didn't even know where it had gone. He spun around, saw that Chapman had the football. He was not held, and he got the ball before he hit the ground. He got it away, and Smith went in, and you could see the knees. It was a bad one. He's every right to get upset, but he lacked discipline. He really shouldn't have retaliated. I know it's pretty hard, but you could see there the knee sliding in. Well, that was a bad one, and I think that Chris Smith, also watching the screen, said, mate, that was sore.
Yes, he got hit really by knees from 2 of the players then. No wonder he was upset. Danny Orr's conversion attempt went straight up in the air. Doesn't reach the posts, but 10 points to 32. Now, they fought back last week. Is that the signal for them to fight back again?
Well, it's a real mess by Gavin Thompson. He didn't know what it was. Full credit to Chapman, he got it away. Now then, did he ground it correctly? No worries about that. The forearm, I think it just loses it slightly, but you can see that, oh, maybe the knee took it away. Oh. Well, maybe Lady Luck just shone a little bit there.
Yes, he seemed to lose control of the ball as he grounded it. Now, Hunter Mariners, it's rather like poking a stick at a hornet's nest. But Carl Orr tackled this time by Jason Roach. Kevin Iro's the dummy half. This is Doherty. 2 men attracted to him. He plays the ball correctly to Kim Morley. That's Hill. This is Goldthorpe. And now Troy Stone, who has involved himself in the attack at every opportunity. The Hunter Mariners captain and prop forward.
Hunter Mariners just slowing things down a little bit now.
Pincinelli, before he's tackled, he gets it away to Kim Morley. Long floating pass out wide to Iro, pricks it up brilliantly. This now is Carl Orr again. Roach gets him once more.
They were lucky there. The winger Jason Roach went in very early, left a huge gap out wide.
Goldthorpe gets the pass away. Godden for the corner. Good tackle in the end from Adrian Vowles. Stone was the dummy half. Goldthorpe slips the kick through. Referee blows the whistle. It's a penalty to Castleford because the Hunter player was in front of the kicker and it hit him on the ankles, as you saw.
He played the advantage as Stuart Cummings. There was none forthcoming, and Chapman picked up the ball, made only a metre forward. That's the reason why he gave the penalty. But look at that defence. They're moving forward. They're just not allowing Castleford to do anything. They're forcing him into one-out football.
Mike Ford takes the tackle from Doherty. Dummy half is Danny Orr. That's what's needed. Some little scampering runs from dummy half.
Well, at least it's been a little bit different since he's come on. He's tried to inject some new ideas.
Tonks to Goddard.
As I must say, they were bereft of ideas in the first 40.
Goddard really has been injury prone since his move from Wakefield Trinity. Chip over the top. It's all onside, says the referee, Stuart Cummings.
No pressure applied there on Gavin Thompson. He'd all the time in the world to take that. The kicking game from Castleford has not been good.
Robbie Ross played the ball. That's Kevin Iro. This is Doherty. That did look forward. Doherty slips it out the back door to Brett Kimorley again.
I'm not so sure that Doherty would have enjoyed this. This is what we classify as a hospital pass. Liddon was waiting.
It's the tall figure of Anthony Brown, is it? Just on. In this second half. There's Hill. Little figure of Goldthorpe. Good ball to Pincinelli. No, it's poaching, beg his pardon. Here's Goldthorpe again. He's involved in everything, is Noel Goldthorpe, as is Troy Stone.
Led by example as a skipper, has got through his work. Done what's been needed from him.
Last tackle. Kimorley puts the kick up. It's a difficult kick for Smith. Man coming in behind him. Ball goes in between the legs of Pincinelli, but the referee says the pass went forward, so it's no try. Pincinelli touched it down with the knees.
Good pressure on Smith. Good work there. Pincinelli thought he'd pinched a try, not to be. Well, what can Castleford do?
They're trying to spread the ball out wide, and then up the middle it goes with Liddon. Kevin Iro was there, though, quickly.
Good work by John Carlo, the winger. Came in, anticipated the long ball out wide.
Liddon was looking to pass the ball wide then. There was nobody waiting for the pass. Danny Orr to Andrew Schick. He's taking them on. He takes them on every time. He gets the ball, does Schick. He hasn't shirked the work tonight. Bowles. Good kick downfield, but Chris Smith was offside. He has to give Robbie Ross 10 metres. And he does, and with a bit of help from Chapman.
Been impressed with the full-back. Robbie Ross really has had a fine game. His positional play has been outstanding. Showed a lot of pace as well when he created the first try after the break, and also when he backed up and scored the try himself.
Darian Doherty not started the last five, or has started the last five rather, in the second row. Tony Iro has returned. Hill, lovely ball. Goldthorpe. Let's say Hill and Goldthorpe look a pretty formidable combination at standoff and scrum half. Now Doherty, out wide it goes again to Carlaw, and has scored one and had one disallowed. Tackled by Ford. Kimorley to poaching. Here's Goldthorpe again. It all runs through Goldthorpe. Lovely ball, flicked over the top, must have been forward.
Yep. Iro tried to keep the ball alive. It was not to be. But when you're in commanding lead, 32-10, you can afford to take risks like that. Sometimes it comes off. Not on that occasion.
Well, we've got 20 minutes of the match to go, and it's your chance now to enter our competition. 0891 66 55 25. Vote now. 0891 66 55 25. Two of you tonight can be booking your places at Wembley for the first test on November the 1st. We have 4 tickets to give away to 2 viewers. And Great Britain, Australia at Wembley on November the 1st. That's the prize we're offering now. This, meanwhile, is Sampson. Sampson dumps it out wide to Schick, and Schick then out wide it goes to Chapman. Chapman tips it infield again, but Doherty, the tall figure of Doherty, picks up for the Mariners, and they will relaunch this attack. Quick hands. This is Kevin Iro. Kevin Iro coming up the middle, eludes one, eludes two, gets the ball away. Poaching,
Well, they tried to keep the ball alive there. There was just nothing on.
It was Pinchinelli who was on the end of that pass, that particular passage of play.
Good work, though, by Darren Doherty. Let himself get in front so that when the pass came back on the inside. Impressed with the way that the Hunter Mariners have scrambled back in their defence. They've been working hard as a team.
Hill with a little grubber kick through. Roach is after it, but I think he's too late, and he's got another Carlo. Lovely kick through, but the referee will hand that on to the video referee, Jerry Kershaw, and it will have his stamp of approval on it, if stamp of approval it turns out to be. But another lovely kick through again.
Super play by the standoff, Scott Hill.
Well, he's a mile onside.
Beautiful kick through. It was well weighted, and you see the winger going back. There was just no one at home. It's good thinking. It's constructive play. There's no problem with that for mine. Controlled downward pressure. I think you'll see by Carlo, both hands on it.
It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th, Steve-O, and that's the third time they've gone to the screen for a try for Hunter, and it's third time lucky. Try for Carlo, greeted with silence by this Weldon Road side, but that had class written all over it, that move, and that 4 points.
Well, I wonder what's going through the head of Carlo. A long ball out wide. He could have actually scored 5 tries. He bombed one, 2 disallowed with a video ref in the first half. But it's a beautiful kick, well weighted by the standoff, Scott Hill. We mentioned the qualities of Hill before the game started, to watch out for his kicking game.
Pinchinelli's missed with the conversion, by the way, change of kicker, but it's 36-10. Stuart Raper, the Castleford coach, learning curve really for his players in this company. Bottom of the Super League. Domestic survival is arguably, in fact, it's not an argument. Domestic survival is far more important to Castleford at this moment than this World Club Championship.
Well, he's made it quite clear that this competition is a learning curve for his side, and there's been quite a few out there on the Castleford side that surely must have picked up a lot of tips, and mainly with the fact that the way that this Hunter Mariners defence has moved forward.
And Steve, that has got to be the watchword for the European game. All right, we're being beaten at the moment, we're on the wrong end of scorelines like this, but surely the players, when they come back into the domestic competition, they must have learned the lessons of these Australian sides.
Well, we keep coming up with the word, don't we, intensity, and I'm afraid that is what it's all about. They look at that. They're 36-10 in the front, and they're still moving forward in defence, still forcing Castleford into one-out football. And that is the difference between the two spheres, the Southern Hemisphere, as we said on the midweek programme, in the world of Super League, that you've got to play for the full 80 minutes, and perhaps this will get the alarm bells ringing in some of our guys' heads. They've got to realise that perhaps maybe they're only 90% fit. Maybe they can get that extra effort. Maybe they can go that little bit further. And I think the Australian sides are showing us just that.
Well, that really was exactly what Super League was created for. And they've got the opportunity here of testing against the very best. And although they're a brand new side, Hunter Mariners, there's some excellent players out there, and many of them have caught the eye here at Weldon Road tonight. That's 4 tackles gone for Hunter Mariners. And here now is Doherty. And Hill again. Roach misses him in the tackle. Ball's flicked back and then flicked forward. He's got to be offside.
No, it came off a Castleford player.
It came off Mike Ford, did it?
Yep. Well spotted by Cummings there. Hill keeps the ball alive, and you'll see that Mike Ford knocks it back, so that is play on.
Yes, Ewan Stuart Cummings absolutely right. This is Kimorley, this is Hill. It bounces off the chest and Roach gets it. And that's a 0 tackle. So Castleford have got the ball back.
Bit of basketball there by the Hunter Mariners, who I'm sure will be enjoying this.
Well, I'm sure they are. They're getting all the skills out of the box. Well, we saw Jason Flowers going off the field first half. How is he? Let's find out. He's with Alistair.
Well, that is the question. How are you, Jason? You're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I feel all right. Like I've just come out of the change. Like I'm just trying to remember things what happened in the first 20 minutes. Doctor says I've got to wait at least 16 days till I'm back playing again. So to wait and see what happens.
He's watching as Richard Gay goes on a run. He's almost through Robbie Ross. He is through Robbie Ross. No one in support though, only Mike Ford. That's the last tackle. Tremendous run from Gay. This is Ian Tonks. Back on the inside it goes to Sykes. They're running it on the last tackle. It's the power play. And Sykes is all wrapped up 5 metres from the line. It's good to know that Jason Flowers is fit and A-OK. And I hope that you'll be with us tomorrow evening when we have Bradford Bulls against the Auckland Warriors at Odsal. Another big night in Bradford. The Bulls and the Warriors will be there from 5 minutes to 6 onwards. The kick-off is at 6:05.
Good work again by the Hunter Mariners.
Steve-O, don't be late for that one tomorrow. The kick-off 6 o'clock, not 5 past.
I'll be there early, don't worry, I wouldn't miss it.
I'm sure no one will want to, because the Bulls were stung by Penrith in their last-minute try. They want to get one over the Warriors if they can. That would be a cracking match. Pincinelli with the short pass. It was too short. Castleford have got it back. Danny Orr. That's great tackling back, though, by Goldthorpe, who's claiming the knock-on.
Well, I'm not so sure that Goldthorpe would have really enjoyed that short pass, and then, yeah, he came back for the second effort to get the tackle in. The eagerness from this young Hunter Mariners side really has shown out tonight. They've worked as a unit. Good, solid defence. They've moved up quickly, especially out wide. They've forced Castleford down the centre. Not many opportunities to get the ball out wide from the Castleford side tonight.
Tonks almost gets away from Iro, but then two more come in, Kimorley and Doherty, to bring him to the ground. Goddard was the dummy half. Crooks just lost his footing. 36 points to 10. Hunter Mariners ahead. Castleford, though, looking for something here with Vowles. Good step from Vowles.
I'm surprised they haven't used a chip over the top, because they don't use a sweeper until the very last tackle, the Hunter Mariners.
That kick is drilled into the corner by Orr. He's got to pick it up. That's a great chase from Chris Smith. Thompson had nowhere to go, and Chris Smith with a super chase on the Danny Orr kick.
It was open, the ball went over. Good work by Smith. Well, he's not giving up the ghost, has he? The winger Chris Smith, been a great servant to this club. Nowhere for Gavin Thompson to go on that occasion.
There's Chris Smith. He had a summer, or rather a winter, with Newport in Welsh Rugby Union as well, and he impressed them down there. He's a fine player. This is Richard Gay. Good run from Gay, and again. Now that could lift Castleford. This is Jason Roach. Haven't seen much of him in an attacking mode yet. We've seen plenty in defence. And he's fallen off a couple of tackles. He'll want to get over for the try if he can. Ford to Crooks. Crooks back to Ford. Ford then to Schick. Schick to Vowles. Out wide it goes to Chapman. Tremendous cover defence though again. That was number 6, Brad Godden. And he had 2 snaps then. And he might be on his way to the sin bin. No. Stuart Cummings gives him the benefit of the doubt.
Professional foul without doubt.
It was.
Very lucky there. Well, we haven't seen much in the attacking phase from the centre, Bradley Godden, but I must say his defence has been quite outstanding. There's very little got past him. He's not a big guy, and that's the reason perhaps he goes down very low in the tackle, but it's effective.
Sykes plays the ball to Danny Orr. This is Mike Ford. Again, they're attacking that way. This is Richard Gay. Good defence once more. That was Thompson again. There's Sampson on the charge. Roared on by the crowd. Still going, Sampson. If he can clog that ball down, he was over the line, but he's hauled back. He lost the ball. It's a races on. He got the touch. Mike Ford. Did he get it in the field of play? He thinks so. The fans think so. Stuart Cummings wants Jerry Kershaw, the video ref, to take a look.
Well, it looked at one point that the prop forward, Dean Sampson, was doing a shuffle. I think this is a try time. Yeah, no doubt about it. It helps, doesn't it? The slow-mo. That will bring the cheer, and rightly so. But it looked as though he was dancing around. He went backwards, forwards. Here's
the decision. Try is given. Sampson Madison with a great driving run to the line. The ball somehow squeezed out, and Mike Ford reacted quickly and got to it before it went touch and go.
Well, it was a bit like a cha-cha-cha, this. Let's go a few steps forward, few steps back, few steps forward, few steps back, few steps forward, and then it squeezes out. And Ford just kicks it on. Good thinking there by the halfback, Mike Ford. But what an effort from this man. He would just not give in, and he tried to get away. He did. And Mike Ford, the experienced halfback, well rewarded, keen and eager. That'll lift the spirits of the fans and the players.
It'll lift his spirits too, because that's the first try he scored for Castleford since his return. Well, it couldn't be much tighter to the touchline for Lee Crooks. Crooks has given that a chance, but it just drifts wide of the posts. But 14 points to 36. Castleford are not giving up the ghost, just as they didn't last week.
Well, Eddie, I don't know much about your dancing steps, but you must have picked up a few things from there. But good work there by Ford. I don't know whether you've ever been around the ballroom dancing.
Not with about 14 people hanging off my shoulders, no.
I thought you were attractive. You said you always attracted people to you.
Yeah, they're not trying to knock the ball out of my hands, though, when they're doing that.
So the truth comes out at long
last. Man of the match, vote now, please. 0891 66 55 25. Here's Doherty for the Hunter Mariners. Well, you have to credit Castleford. You know, it ran away from them at the start of this second half, but haven't they kept it going? And it's 14 points to 36. And with Leeds being beaten earlier this morning, this will at least keep them, albeit on minus points difference, but at least it will keep them up there at the top of European Pool B.
And that's the main reason why they've got to still keep going.
Indeed
the
so.
Points difference makes all the difference.
Well, at the moment, if it stays like it is now, and there's obviously a long, long way to go, because we've got all the second phase matches in July and August, but if it stayed as it is now, Castleford are on course for a playoff match against Warrington for the fourth place as the European qualifier for the quarterfinals. So there's plenty to go for in this.
That's why they're not giving up the ghost. They're still trying to. In fact, the last 10 minutes, it's probably been the most constructive that we've seen from Castleford, apart perhaps from when they scored that nice try in the first half.
And hasn't Dean Sampson done well? And Andrew Schick has run bravely as well. Sampson has gone off. Of course, he's replaced by Tutor, who just touched the ball then.
But again, you can see how effective this defence that moves up quickly out wide. You see them out wide, they don't come back the full 10. They know that the referee is looking at the play of the ball. It's professionalism at its best. All teams do it, or should do it. If you can get away with it, all the better.
This is Carlo now, tackled by Tutor and Andrew Schick. Godden to Robbie Ross, and that is Brand. He disappears under the tackle. Kimorley, the dummy half. Now Kevin Iro. Great run from Iro. He's done this all his career, hasn't he? Gay manages. Oh, what a... I was going to say, what about that pickup from Goldthorpe?
Just forward.
Oh, but did you see the way Goldthorpe picked that ball up with one hand? And was it forward? Oh,
yes. Of course it was. Good yard and a half. With full credit, though, Kevin Iro still got that step, still got the skill. Good pick up, though, by Goldthorpe, who's had a fine game. So has Iro as well. Been out for for a long, long time, should I say.
Chris Smith, tackled by Robbie Ross. Must say, everything that Hunter Mariners do seems to be channeled through Noel Goldthorpe, and there were rumours about 12 months ago that Goldthorpe was looking for a start in England. One or two clubs in this country linked with him at that stage. It came to nothing, but I bet they're wishing now that it had, the ones who were linked with him.
Well, he's a talented footballer.
Oh, Tutor out the back door. Kimorley hacks it forward, and again. Gay came back, though, and dispossessed him.
Well, there was nothing that Ian Tonks could do about that. Brendan Tutor to run the angle and then just popped it back on the inside. I know you should keep your eyes on the football, but, well, it has not been a good effort from the loose forward, Brendan Tutor, tonight. He's just come back on.
Round the corner from Lee Crooks. He managed to get the pass away. And look at the handling errors. Normally 1 a match, tonight 5. He made most of those in the first half.
Well, he's been out of sorts, and it didn't surprise me that Stuart Raper, the coach, took him off. Give him a bit of a rest, see if he could get back into the swing of things. I think he realises now in the dying moments that he can salvage at least a try.
Oh, they are caught in possession on the last tackle. Chris Smith thought he'd managed to get the ball away as he fell in the tackle, but the referee said the ball was down, so the tackle was completed, and they are generally losing the plot.
Well, interference at the play of the ball. All over Mike Ford. There's a play the ball after there from Chris Smith that created all the problems.
So the Hunter Mariners will come again. Lovely ball, poaching, and Ross wrapped up this time by Roach. Poaching in at dummy half. Now Kevin Iro away from Roach again. Comes back for a second go at him, the Castleford winger. Ross to Goldthorpe. All goes through Goldthorpe. Doherty back to Goldthorpe. He dropped that though. Little knock on.
Well, adventurous play again by Noel Goldthorpe. Keeping the ball alive, and you could see that he was under a lot of pressure from Chapman. But he has run everything out there. Average 1.
And that was his first. And 3 minutes to go. Great game.
He'll be pleased. It's been a fine effort from him.
That's interesting. Castleford 10 handling errors and Hunter 17.
Well, in the last 15 minutes, the Hunter Mariners have really kept this ball alive, and at 36-14, I suppose they're trying to get as many points on the board as they can. They also realise that the points difference could work to their advantage later in the competition.
Ford, Gay, and Ford put that pass down. The pass shot out from Gay and caught Mike Ford unawares. Another handling error. His second.
Looking pretty tired as well as Mike Ford.
Well, he knows what the intensity is like in Australia. As we said earlier, he's been down there. He has played in Australia. Had a season with the South Queensland side, the South Queensland Crushers. 2 minutes to go. Hunter have won the match, there's no doubt about that. The margin is what is holding our interest now. And here's Kimorley, ball on the inside. This is Marquette. Scrambling defence.
He's had a good second half as Marquette, the second rower.
This is Robbie Ross. He's had a brilliant match, and Robbie Ross plonks the ball down on the line.
Try time.
Yes.
On the line's over. They'll go for the screen, I think. I think the referee, Stuart Cummings, was unsighted. Fine effort from the fullback. Plonks it down. Yeah. Or was he just short? Either way, there's a bit of whitewash on that football.
Or was it a bounce?
Well, he's got the finger spread over the top. That's try for mine. But I'm not the video ref. He will cap a fine performance for this fullback.
Try is given. So Robbie Ross gets the touchdown. It's his second and his third in this competition.
Full credit, you can see it's a tired outfit there. They're just grasping at straws. They kept the ball alive. And it just goes through 2 feeble tackles to score the try. It's a knocking away from the fullback Robbie Ross, who loves to chime in to the 3-quarter line. Likes to score the tries.
Here's Goldthorpe with the conversion. And the kick is good. Another 2 points 42 points to 14. And really, Steve-O, that is a true reflection of the match. Hunter have been in total command, really. Apart from the opening shots when they got over for the try at Castleford in the shape of the big Australian Andrew Schick after 8 minutes.
Well, it was really one of their few defensive lapses throughout this game.
And they've got the ball back from the kick-off. They're after more. This is Doherty. Doherty over the top it goes to Bran. Bran turns it back inside, and Danny Orr's picked up. Danny Orr tries to get away from them. Oh, and Nathan Sykes puts the ball down. And that really sums up Castleford's night.
Just about sums it up, doesn't it? Substitute Danny Orr picks up the loose football, bursts away, keeps the ball alive, and Sykes really should have taken that. Hasn't been a good night for the Castleford Tigers.
This will be the last movement of this match, you fancy. We've hit the 80-minute mark. Ball goes out the back and finds Kevin Iro. Iro keeps the movement going again. Pincinelli out to Doherty, knock on. There's the siren. That's it.